Hello, Carl Eric Johnson here to show you just how easy it is to add your event to the USANA calendar so that everyone looking on the internet can know that you have an event to send their prospects to. We're all in this together. First thing you do is you open up a browser window and you go to usanatoday.com. And that's where you can log in to your USANA account. So I'm going to log myself in. And then to go to the events, what you do is go to Contests and Events and click on Associate Events. You can add your event by clicking over here in the left-hand menu. I always like to look first and see what events there are in my state, if any, before I add mine. So we come down, select the country. In the case of US, select the state. I'm going to select New Hampshire. And let's find the events. And look at that. No events are listed. So again, this is why it's so important to get your events out there so that people going out to the website can know that there is an event in New Hampshire that they can send their prospects to, especially if they're building their business remotely, as most of us do. So I can add my event over here, but I can also just click here to add an event. It goes to the same screen. All right, I'm going to let you take the time to read this when you're out here. I'm just going to go ahead because I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to add my ID. The event starts on July 30th, 2009. And it's going to start, I'm going to say 6:30. My events are going to be from 7 to 8, but I want people to get there sooner. So the end date, I'm going to go through the end of the year, so December 31st, 2009. So this is going to be a recurring event, and I'm going to go till 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. And down here, I'm going to make it once every week. So your choices are simply once every week, once every 2 weeks, once every 4 weeks. So I'm going to click once every week, and the event type is a health and freedom presentation. I'm not quite sure why they have so many different forms of health and freedom, but I'm just going to click this, health and freedom presentation. And the host is me, and the speaker is me. What I'd like to do over time as my events get more popular, I would like to share the speaking duties with other people here in New Hampshire. As I build my business locally, in my case, I've actually been building my business more remotely than locally, so I'm now directing my attention to New Hampshire and having a lot of fun doing it. Now, I'm not requesting a speaker. I'm going to do the speaking myself, so I don't need to fill that section out. And the event title is Health and Freedom. The place is the Exeter Super Stop and Shop. You can see I've been out to this screen before, since it has the information from the last time I was there. All I have to do is click on the field and bring it up. So that's at Route 108 and Route 88 in Exeter. The country is USA. The state is New Hampshire. And the zip code for Exeter is 03833. Contact name is me. The contact phone, and this time I'm actually going to use my toll-free number, 9025 extension 1. And the contact email is my email address. Okay, now in comments and registration information, you have the ability to type in some text, and I've already figured out what I want to say, so I'm just going to paste that in. So I've got this written here, and the first part of it is what I want my comments to be, so I'm going to get rid of that. And that goes down to here. And the rest is registration information. So I'm going to cut that there and copy it here. So you can type whatever you want here in the comments. I'm just explaining a little bit about how to get there and where the conference room is once you're there. It's perhaps a little unusual holding a Health and Freedom in a grocery store, but the Stop and Shop has these wonderful conference rooms that are free. So if you have a Stop and Shop or an affiliated grocery store near you, I highly recommend that, especially when you're starting up. You don't want to be spending a lot of money on the room until you have momentum going and you know that there's going to be a lot of associates to share the cost. And then the registration information is essentially, in short, just be sure to call me first. I'm setting this up as a weekly Thursday meeting, but I know I'm not going to be there every Thursday. For instance, the last Thursday in August, I hope to see a lot of you at convention. So I just want to make sure that people do call me in advance to make sure that the show is on and that there's room for them and for their guests. So then you click Submit Event, and it's as simple as that. So now I've added my event to the USANA calendar. It's not going to show up right away because they do need to verify these events. But probably within 24 hours it will be out there, and then you can see, or anyone who's doing a search on New Hampshire can see that my event is out there. The other advantage of making it a recurring event is that once tomorrow evening, once Thursday the 30th of July goes by, then the next Thursday is going to appear when someone does a search on New Hampshire. So there's always going to be my event out there. Well, that's all I have. This is Carl Eric Johnson wishing you great USANA success.